I'm Sophia and welcome back to the Be Nerdy Booktube channel. It's shirt time again. Weather has been like super crazy in Portugal. Like we have heat waves where we can actually go around in shirts and shorts and dresses and everything's fine. And then like last week we had like rain pouring every single day. One of my books had an accident because I couldn't cover it in time, or because I put my jacket sleeve against it. Whatever, I had a wet book, or sort of a wet book. It's fixed now. The book is fine. It survived. We had surgery. It's resting. It's completely fine now. But welcome to my May TBR. And actually, this TBR is going to be a bit different because I do have some books that I know I want to read, but then I have space. And, yeah. Basically, I have, like, tons of books that I want to read, but I don't know which one I want to read first, but we had something to go through that. So, without further ado, I'm going to go with the books I know I want to read, and then we're going to choose some books together. So, the first book I'm going to talk about, it's going to be a buddy read, and it's my first time buddy reading, and I'm going to read Retributions of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is in the Shadowhunters universe, and it's about Magnus and Alec. I know this book is supposed to be in the timeline after City of Glass, which is book number 3 in the Mortal Instruments, which is the main series. And I do want to do a recap on the Shadowhunter Chronicles. It will be coming up, okay? And I will do that before I start reading this. I still need to talk with Jess. Oh, I'm doing it with books with Jess. And I'll leave her link down below. She's amazing. We bonded over... Where is it? Here it is. We bonded over Queen of Air and Darkness because I was reading it at the time, and I know she had like a sort of controversial opinion, similar to mine, actually. And we started talking, and since then, we have been sort of reading the same books. We are reading the Illuminate files together. I finished Gemina for the Owls Readathon Challenge. Video will be coming up soon because the Owls are not over yet. I still have 2 days, and I still want to finish 2 challenges. I'm going for 2 challenges in 2 days, so today and tomorrow. Anyway, we started talking about this baby, and I asked her if she wanted to buddy read, and she hadn't gotten her copy yet, but now she has, and we're thinking of starting it in May together. So yeah, this will be the lovely book. It's fairly short compared to the other books on the Shadowhunter world, so I'm curious. I've seen books with Emma, like Emma, you know. I've seen her talk about it, and she liked it because it's sort of similar to the first books in the Mortal Instruments. So I really am curious to see what the hell we're going in for this. Next up, I'm gonna talk about the books for the Be Nerdy Book Club for the month of May. I was really divided when I was choosing these books. I had 2 options for fantasy and 2 options for horror, but in the end I just went with these because I always kept coming back for them. I was like, yeah, I could read this and this, but those two, and I was like, well, if you're going back for them, it's because you want them, so why not just choose them and be done with it? And the first one is the horror pick, and I chose The Shining by Stephen King. This is going to be my first Stephen King book I actually read, and I'm inspired by the movie version of Ready Player One because there's a scene that is developed in the Shining hotel, and I am inspired by Friends. I have been watching Friends, and Joey reads it, and he saves it in the fridge or in the cooler because he's afraid. And I'm really curious and excited to read this. I know it's supposed to be quite scary, and I really am hyped for this. So this is the horror pick, and for the fantasy pick, we have Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. And Carry On was described to me as Harry Potter for grown-ups, and I did hear a bit of the audiobook at the end of February, and I was loving it so much. I was like, no, you save it, you're gonna get the book and you're gonna read it physically. And that's basically what I did. So I know we're following a guy named Simon, and he's a chosen one, but he's like so bad at it. And I know he has two friends, a girl and a guy, and that's basically what I know. I know it's getting a sequel, so there's that. And I really want to read this, and oh my god, look at this cover. Like, please, can you see the eye? Oh, this would actually work for Care of Magical Creatures for the owls. God, I'm dumb. Whatever. It's behind me, so it's gonna be the Be Nerdy book club for the month of May. On to the books that I want to read, and I'm going to. One of them is actually a leftover from April from the Owls, because I couldn't get to it. And it is, sorry, it was underneath. It is Siege and Storm by Lee Bardugo. I had it as my Care of Magical Creatures book. I didn't get to it. I'm currently at 8 challenges, though I hope to finish 10 and get my outstanding in my Owls. You'll see it, everything in my April wrap up. I know, I'm just filming it beforehand, filming this one beforehand, so yeah. Anyway, this is book 2 in the Grishaverse trilogy. I have the other 2 right here. The first one is Shadow and Bone, and we're following Alina Starkov. She's a map maker, and I've talked about this trilogy so much on my channel. It's insane. But anyway, we're following her, and she is part of a regiment that is gonna cross the Fold, which is like this pocket, super dark with deadly creatures. And basically, in a situation of desperation, she summons light. And, well, people are actually tested for Grisha powers when they're 8 or younger. And she was tested negative for Grisha powers, and now she suddenly has Grisha powers, which is like, what the hell? So we learn a bit on that. And she basically goes to the Grisha school. And then there's stuff, and then we're here. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell you more, because it is a sequel. So, yeah, that's basically it. Another sequel, and a series that I'm loving so freaking much, is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and I'm currently hoping to get to Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 4 in the Throne of Glass series. Also a series that I have been talking a lot since I am reading it, yeah. I started reading it in February, and I have been reading 1 book a month, sort of, since then. And we're following Selena Sardothian. She was the best assassin in Endovir, which is the kingdom. And basically, she gets caught one night and is sent... Wait, Endovir is not the kingdom. God. Adarlan is the kingdom. Endovir is where she is sent to. And it's like a concentration camp. And, well, it's a salt mine, okay. And she's there for a year. And, well, a year later, Prince Dorian and his guard Kaol are going to get her, because they want her to be their, like, champion for a competition that the king is having for the king's assassin, or the kingdom's assassin. And it all goes down from there, basically. And I'm really liking this series. So far, my favorite book has been Air of Fire, which is here. Haha. I have them like all spread up. I have the rest like on the upper shelves. So my favorite book so far has been Air of Fire because of the world development and character development. There's a lot of character development in Air of Fire, and my least favorite book so far has been maybe Crown of Midnight, because it's a very slow book. I mean, you know, certain things are happening and you know what she's doing, but then there's just that until the end when you have like the final revelation. So yeah, so I'm really excited. We're following Selena in this new developed character, and I am really intrigued to see what the hell happens here, and I'm really excited to get started on this. Now, for the rest of the books, I have a lot of books and I don't know what to read first. So what I thought of doing, I was thinking of doing like a randomizer thing, like I had like 10 books and I would just randomize numbers from 1 to 10 and I would choose the books with the numbers. But I was talking on the Magical Hangout Discord chat, and there was this guy named I don't know how to say his name or her name, their name. So yeah, we were talking and he said, or they said, well, if you want to do it like artsy, you could just do like origami stuff. There's this booktuber that does like stars and everything, and I was like, you're onto something. You are onto something. And basically what I did are butterflies, and I did butterflies that can flap their wings. You can actually, yeah. And I have like a cup full of them, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like shake it, and every single butterfly has a different title, okay? Some of the butterflies are colored because I was in the mood for coloring, but not all of them. Like this one is colored and it's super cute, but not all of them because I'm not really a coloring person, but I will color them in time. And basically what I'm gonna do is shake the mug like I'm doing now, and I'm gonna lay the contents here. I'm gonna close my eyes and choose one. So let's go. Round 1. Oh, we have no more, and I am choosing this one, and oh yes, okay, I'm really excited about this one. And it is, okay, so here's the butterfly, and this was the first butterfly I actually made, and it is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I have the book right here, and this is book 3 in the Illuminate files. I was saving this. Let me just put the other butterflies away. Really waiting for this. I loved the audiobook for Gemina, and I think I'm gonna switch between the actual book and the audiobook, or I'm gonna listen to the audiobook and then like follow with the physical book. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because it is hard to match the chapters with the audiobook. I'll find a way, okay? But this is book 3 in the Illuminate files, and we are basically following we're following two teenagers, and basically in the first book we have Katie and Ezra. They are exes, and they know something is wrong with the ships. There was an attack on their home planet, which is Corenza 4, and they are an illegal mining planet. And basically we have Katie, you know what? I'm gonna link down below my TBR or wrap up where I'm talking about Illuminate because I'm explaining it so much better there. But hey, we have our first butterfly. I'm so excited. I really like this. I think I'm gonna keep going with the butterflies because, yes, I really like this. Okay, butterfly number 1 is done. Let's go for butterfly number 2. I'm gonna shake it. And I'm gonna put them all here. And I'm choosing this one, which is... Ooh! Okay. This one is blank. I'm gonna color it later. But it is Endgame by James Frey, which is this one right here. I got this book because it was like super cheap. Let me put the butterflies back in the jar. Basically, what I know is at the beginning of the Earth, we had 12 people, and they were put there by aliens. And they said, well, when we come back, you have to fight us for the right to have the planet. And so over the time, I think this one is through 1,000 years. I don't know. It's something like that. So basically, we're following 12 people that are the heirs to the 12 original bloodlines. And basically, the aliens are back and they want their planet back as well. So we need to fight them. And this is the first one. I believe this is a trilogy. I'm not sure. I haven't found any of the other books, just this one. But I'm gonna do some research and I'll let you in later. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is sort of sci-fi. And I love the symbol because it reminds me of the symbols of Shadowhunters. But I am really, really excited to read this. And so we have 2 butterflies down. We need to choose. I'm gonna go for 10 books, as I always do. So we need to choose 3 more. And we're on round 3. Let's shake it up. And we're gonna dump it. And yeah, it's everything. Okay. And I am gonna choose this one. And, okay. So, it's a blank one, again. And I'm gonna put the other butterflies back in the jar. This one is a contemporary. I have it on my Kindle. And it is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I know we're following like a relationship about a girl and the guy is rich, but the girl doesn't know it. And I know they're gonna visit his parents and she finds out he's rich. I know it's something like that. And it sort of sounds something like rom-com-y. And I actually really like that sort of stuff. And even though it's a contemporary and I'm kind of wary about that, I am actually really excited to get to this one. So I'm gonna color the blank butterflies later. And round number 4, let's shake it up. Shake it up. We're gonna dump it. And I am gonna pick this one. And, blank butterfly. And it is, okay. It is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. And I actually started listening to the audiobook for the Owls Readathon, but I didn't finish it because I do think I want to read it, like seriously read it instead of just hearing it. Basically, we're following a girl named Evelyn or Evie, and she is a witch, and witches are not like great seen for the general public. And this is a Little Mermaid sort of retelling. It's basically the backstory for Ursula, the sea witch. So I'm really excited. I know it's having a sequel, but I was actually really liking the audiobook. It's just that I think I'm gonna like the book even more. So I'm going from there. And we're going to round number 5 and last round of my butterfly fantastic beast jar. So we're gonna shake it. Shake it. I know a butterfly fell. Where are you? I didn't want to actually look at it, but oh, okay, here we go. And I'm gonna pick this one. I know a butterfly fell. Ooh, yes! Okay. This butterfly, which is one of the colored ones, it is Grey Sister by Mark Lawrence. I am actually reading, let me just put the other butterflies back in the jar. So I am actually just finishing Red Sister, which is the first book in the series. And where is Grey Sister? Here it is. So this is the book. Basically, on the first book, we're following Nona. She is a 9-year-old kid, and she was sold by her mother to a guy named Partners Reeve. And basically, she is saved from death by a nun, which is Abbess Glass, and she goes to the Sweet Mercy Convent to train on how to be a killing nun. And basically, and using the words of Emily Fox from Books with Emily Fox, this is one of her favorite series. It's basically school setting with killing nuns. That's basically all I'm gonna tell you. The beginning of Red Sister was a bit confusing, but we're kind of being enlightened as the time goes by, and I'm actually really excited for this month's reads, and I am freaking loving the idea of the butterflies, because I'm always like so hyped on what the hell I'm gonna read next, because I want to read all these books, but I don't know which ones to read first. And if by some lousy chance I finish all of these books, which is hard, because I'm gonna show you the size of my TBR pile and you're gonna tell me, but if by chance I finish all of these books, I'm gonna do some more rounds and I'm gonna film them. And so it's gonna get, here's my TBR file. I am, oh god, this is heavy. Oh god, we have a book falling. No, it's The Shining. The Shining's trying to kill itself. It's so scary, it's trying to kill itself. Okay, but here's my TBR file, and I'm really excited to get to all these books. And we're missing 2 here. Don't forget it. But yeah, so thank you all for being here. And I hope you like the idea of the butterfly jar. I'm gonna put this down now because it's really heavy. I hope you like the idea of the butterfly jar, because I am really excited to get to all my little butterflies that are in here. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!